this like Snake, kind of? You just can't, like, backtrack on yourself? Oh, no, they're adding in some, they're throwing a curveball. You cannot know the way. That's right, in 20... Alright. Oh, no! It's a little tricky. You done fucked up, boy. 5 of 10. We're halfway there. Are you getting skilled? Are you getting schooled? Nah, you can make all those red.
See you soon. Through the years. We only have another 4, getting close to 3 years to go.
Why don't we try to predict the date that this episode is gonna air? Nah, let's just do it today. No. Pre-phone phone game. You know what I mean? It's like,
Yay.
Do you know those games where like they're free to play? And
yeah.
Play as Joe, a 16-year-old kid, and this guy's really into combat racing, or just generally smashing into things. His friends recognize his talent in races, all with the ultimate goal of trying to find your dad. The racing and combat takes place from an overhead Mode 7 viewpoint, where you fire at enemies and obstacles using depending on how far away the enemy is. In other words, you have to stop shooting for a moment to get the right weapon equipped for the right situation it is in practice. The meat and potatoes of the gameplay boil down to just running fetch quests for people, completing missions, and get from one point to another faster than another person, right? Well, it is, eventually, but the problem is that your car absolutely sucks when you first start out. The handling is bad, it's too slow, your web simulation element. Enemies or obstacles can drop resources after you make them go boom, and you can choose to take back what they drop and use what you find in your fashion. You win your first tournament, but pretty much after that you're on your own to really go out and find the story, so to speak. Whether that it allows you, the player, to control the pace to a certain extent, so I appreciate that. The thing is, once you do advance the story toward the end of the game, it really feels thrown together and almost incomplete at times, or interesting gameplay mechanic. There's something equally as bad or annoying. The combat is fun, but it should have been streamlined to be a bit more player-friendly. The resource collecting is almost like a mech strategy game like Front Mission, and I do really like this game's use of the Mode 7 perspective. Once you build up your car to something usable, it's fun to drive around
and you get to choose which ones you want to take into the battles with you. Of course, it also includes all the modes you'd expect, like a marathon mode, a timer if the camera will focus. So I actually first played Flypole on this, which is like a fake 32-in-1 card recently, and it's a very, very basic puzzle game. But I really enjoyed it at the time. And if you go back and play it now, the third game I have here, this one's a really late release in the Game Boy's life. In fact, this game here came out after the Game Boy Advance was out. And you move the blocks left and right, up and down, but the thing is you move every single block on the screen at the same time. So you sort of have to fan. This series needs no introduction. There's hundreds of games. There's like 7 or 8 on the DS. There's probably the same amount of Doku style, crossword style puzzle games. Obviously there's not really a strict time limit. This is an amazing game no matter what console you play it on. And the final puzzle game that I'm going to mention in this video, obviously there's a lot. We pulled over a service station or something and Mum took the Game Boy and just played Dr. Mario for ages. It's a really great game if you love Tetris.